In March 2023, a 33-year-old South Korean live streamer shocked her followers when she quietly announced she was stepping away from social media. For years, her life had unfolded in front of thousands of viewers. Her streams were energetic, personal, and sometimes controversial. But now, she wanted something different. She told her audience she wanted peace, she wanted privacy, she wanted to experience life outside the spotlight. Her name was Ahyoung. To her followers, she was more than a content creator. She was familiar, comforting, almost like a friend appearing on their screens every night. And when she disappeared from social media, many assumed she was simply taking a break. But just 2 months later, her story would transform into one of the most disturbing international mysteries in recent years. Before her disappearance, Ahyoung was a broadcast jockey, often called a BJ, on a live streaming platform. The platform was extremely popular in South Korea, functioning similarly to Twitch or YouTube Live. Her streams ranged from casual conversations to lifestyle content, sometimes playful, sometimes emotional, sometimes controversial. Her popularity grew quickly, but with online fame came criticism. Many viewers labeled her bold, provocative, judging her appearance, her personality, and her content choices. She was often called Bagel Ahyoung, a nickname describing someone with an innocent face, but an attractive figure. Some fans admired it. Others later criticized it as objectifying. Despite public opinions, Ahyoung maintained strict boundaries between her streaming persona and her private life. She rarely discussed relationships. She avoided revealing family details, and she carefully controlled what parts of her real life were visible online. To many viewers, she remained a mystery, even while appearing constantly on their screens. In early 2023, followers noticed something had changed. Ahyoung began speaking differently during broadcasts. She appeared tired, reflective, more emotional than usual. Then, in March, she made an announcement. She said she wanted to step away from streaming, permanently or temporarily. No one knew. She said she wanted to live normally. To some followers, it sounded like growth. To others, it sounded like goodbye. But nothing about her farewell suggested danger. Nothing suggested violence. Nothing suggested tragedy. She simply disappeared from public view. In May 2023, nearly 2 months after her farewell, investigators made a horrifying discovery in Cambodia. At a construction site, a worker noticed something unusual inside a muddy pit. What he found would shock international investigators. Inside the pit, authorities discovered a human body. The remains were wrapped tightly inside a red mat. Electrical cords bound the material together. Decomposition had already advanced, making identification extremely difficult. At first, States police had no idea who the victim was, but eventually, forensic investigators confirmed.
The body belonged to Ahyoung. The woman who had disappeared from social media had not started a peaceful new life. She had died violently, thousands of miles away from her home.
Early forensic reports described disturbing signs, suggesting assault and possible torture. But later, authorities released conflicting statements. claiming there were no confirmed major external trauma marks. The contradiction created immediate confusion. Was she attacked? Was her death accidental? Was it medical malpractice? Or was something far darker being hidden? Investigators soon reconstructed Ahyoung's final movements. Security footage revealed she visited a small medical clinic shortly before her death. The clinic was not licensed. It was operated by a Chinese couple. Authorities quickly realized something deeply disturbing. The clinic performed medical procedures without legal certification, and Ahyoung entered that clinic alive but was never seen leaving. Investigators learned the couple claimed to offer medical and cosmetic treatments. The female operator reportedly learned techniques through family experience, but had no official certification, no verified training, no government license, no professional oversight. Yet, the clinic continued, attracting clients quietly. When police questioned the husband, his explanations began to change, and each version raised more suspicion.
In his first statement, he claimed Ahyoung visited for an immune-boosting injection. He said, during the procedure, she suddenly suffered a seizure and died. He claimed he panicked, he feared exposure of his illegal clinic, and instead of calling emergency services, he disposed of her body. Later, his story changed. He claimed Ahyoung arrived, already showing signs of drug use. He alleged she had needle marks before entering. He said she lay down, began foaming at the mouth, and died shortly afterward. He insisted he attempted resuscitation, using oxygen and herbal remedies, but once again, he admitted disposing of her body.
Two completely different stories, both ending the same way, and neither fully explained the crime scene evidence. One of the most disturbing mysteries involves Ahyoung's phone. Witnesses saw her holding it just before entering the clinic, yet investigators never recovered it. In modern investigations, phones reveal timelines, contacts, messages, and movements. Without her phone, an entire piece of her final hours vanished. When news broke, public reaction spread rapidly across Asia and then globally. Some demanded justice, others spread rumors and accusations. Victim-blaming discussions appeared online. Meanwhile, friends and supporters defended her, describing her as kind, hard-working, and misunderstood. Her death sparked global debates about online fame, privacy, and exploitation. Authorities detained the suspect couple. Under local law, investigators reportedly have up to 3 years to complete their case. Forensic evidence continues to be analyzed, but major questions remain unanswered. Several theories have emerged. Some investigators believe she visited for illegal cosmetic procedures. Unlicensed clinics often use dangerous, unregulated substances. If complications occurred, panic could explain the body disposal. Another theory suggests possible drug overdose. But toxicology evidence has never been fully confirmed publicly. Some investigators suspect financial exploitation or manipulation. But again, evidence remains incomplete. Behind every forensic report, every theory, every headline, there remains a deeper truth. Ahyoung was a daughter, a friend, a woman trying to redefine her life beyond social media. She stepped away from fame, searching for peace. Instead, she became part of an international criminal mystery. Cases like this expose the dangers of underground medical services, operating across borders. They also reveal the vulnerability of influencers traveling privately without protection. Despite suspects being detained, despite global media coverage, despite forensic investigation, there is still no clear explanation for how Ahyoung died. And sometimes, unanswered questions are far more haunting than solved crimes. If Ahyoung could speak today, what would she say? Would she explain why she traveled there? Would she reveal what truly happened inside that clinic? Would she warn others about hidden dangers behind illegal medical procedures? We may never know, but her story remains a chilling reminder that behind every online personality exists a real human life. And sometimes, when public attention fades, mysteries remain, waiting for truth. If stories like Ahyoung's remind you how fragile life can be, if you believe every forgotten voice deserves to be heard, then subscribe and help keep these stories alive. Because sometimes justice begins with awareness. And tell me honestly, what do you believe really happened to Ahyoung?